Hi Pisces, it's Jen here from Tarot Spirit for your July 2015 reading. The cards just came out, so I didn't shuffle on camera. I, it's pretty funny. If you watch more than like your sun sign and watch your moon sign and rising sign, you will see that I have not done. There's no consistency in these readings, and like I put this deck away, but I'm going to look at the bottom of this card. I'm just going with the flow. So Pisces, my sun is a Pisces. Um, you're July, so decision, Two of Swords. It can also mean a truce, sort of underlying your month. So let's jump right in. We're doing home, love, relationships, work, and some overall cards. Oh, I love it. Oh, we got this. This is the third time I've gotten this in a row. I love this card because doesn't it kind of look like it could go either way? This is sort of your card. There's even a fish jumping up there. Overflowing with emotion, an outpouring of good vibes. Good vibes in the home. Nice. I'm using the Wildwood Tarot and the Crystal Visions. I've trimmed both of these decks too. Ooh, the Eight of Wands. Fast moving. Think of the stampede of horses, right? Fast moving. Passion, motivation, abrupt changes. Not your most favorite thing, Pisces, but I think it's going to be fast moving, passionate changes in love is going to come into your house. And so, for those of you who have been single, that's really exciting, or you may have this new burst of energy. Something in the home is going to come in and infuse a lot of happiness into the home. And there may be some things changing in the home, comings or goings, but I think they're just more the everyday world changes, kids move out, kids move in, um, type of changes. But it is going to be sort of abrupt and sort of quick. Um, I very well feel like it could be, if you're single, a new relationship that's spilling over into the house. So let's see what the relationship cards say. Queen of Cups. I shuffle these. These all came up for, I think, Capricorn. Those two, the ace and this one. Testing the waters, getting her feet wet, not afraid to put her emotions out there, trusting with her emotions. I like how it looks like she's, holding the moon is like hovering above her cup. She's examining her emotions. She's not just sitting on her throne. She's actively going towards her emotions and dealing with them and opening herself up. And the Five of Swords. Even if she's been stabbed in the back before, or her perception is that she was stabbed in the back before. He's looking back at her. She's turned away and she's upset. He's looking back. So I think someone made a mistake in the past. And I think they realized they did it right when they did it, but it was too late. But I really feel like with the Queen of Cups here, yes, that's that's in the background, and that can be where the Two of Swords, this truce, is coming in. It's like you're just making a thoughtful decision to truce, to let it go, and you're testing the waters again. Let's look at work, justice, and the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, you're up worrying about things, about work. So try to put your mind at ease, because justice will be served, okay? Things will be fairly dealt with. You know, this guy, he has an owl here. Owls are they can see very far away and very clearly. They're very wise, right? So someone at work is seeing much more than you know. They can see much further than you can. They're wiser than you think they are. And they are seeing what's going on, and they will deal with it. So try not to worry about it. I know it's a stupid thing to say, because how do you do that? But know that justice will be served, and let it go. And release it, and just, you have to just trust that it will work out. Some overall cards, or some outcome cards. The Ten of Wands. And the Four of Cups. So, I see her here. I see her in the 5. She has her eyes closed. In the 9, she has her eyes closed. And in the 4, she has, look at this big, beautiful cup in front of her. But she has her eyes closed. She's out of the water. So, and you just sort of feeling overburdened. I guess, you need to put down your load. You need to somehow find a way to let that go. Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, he tells a story about, I think it's 2 monks, and they're walking along a road, and there's a big muddy puddle, and I guess they're not supposed to do this. They're supposed to just sort of keep to themselves, but there was this woman there, and one of the monks picked her up and carried her across the muddy whatever, and whatever, put her down, and went on. They kept on walking, and like an hour later, the monk, he had just been stewing about it for the whole hour, and he's like, I just have to ask, why did you help that woman? Why did you carry that woman? You're not supposed to, we're not supposed to do that. And he turns to him and said, I put her down an hour ago. Why are you still carrying her? So make sure you really have to carry the baggage you're carrying. And if you don't have to, try putting it down. I know that's much easier said than done. And just open your eyes. Look at this cup. Here it is. You're not quite embracing it. But it's here. And I think you're not embracing it, because if you embrace it, this is going to happen, and you're a little scared. But you're testing the waters, and I think it will be okay. You've been hurt in love and in work. but justice will be served, and this is here if you can bring yourself to open your eyes and really test the waters. So I have this feeling of trust issues, and that maybe you need to work on some trust issues, and that maybe you're carrying around some baggage that you don't need anymore. And I think sort of just calling a truce, agreeing to disagree. We don't agree. We agree. I don't get I'm hear you, but I don't get you, or you don't. That's not your point. Doesn't make sense to me, and my point doesn't make sense to you, and that's okay. Even if you feel wronged by that person, it's probably time to stop carrying it around, and yeah, let that in. Look at that. So Pisces, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a really nice July. I think it has huge, huge potential for amazing emotional fulfillment. Take care.